Hampshire in front after Dawson and Vince share 80. Day 1 was quite something to behold. Lancashire had been cock-a-hoot. Hampshire crumbled under pressure at Aigburth, only for Organ and Crane to put up some late-order resistance. And then the enviable visiting attack caused carnage, the hosts with a taste of their own medicine. They needed to rebuild, and fast, but the morning would not be kind to the Red Rose. Josh Bohannon removed for 13, well taken by a diving Weatherly in the slips. It was 27 for 5 when Blatherwick fell to Mohamed Abbas. Another good grab in the slips, this time from Ian Holland. Croft and Villas tried to get them going, but only got to within 3 of 50 when the skipper sent a catch to Dawson off Barker. There would be more damage before the over was done. Danny Lamb unable to get off the mark before Weatherly had another catch, this one a little more straightforward. Enter Luke Wood. The combative bowler wasn't going to be sent packing so cheaply and mounted the fight back Lancashire needed. First he ensured the score moved past 50 runs, and then he flayed all comers to the boundary, and some over it. He took them to within a few lusty blows of 100 runs, but he couldn't help them to 3 figures. Out caught behind looking for more, his knock of 37, the highest of the match so far. His resistance had given Lancashire some breathing room and had them to within touching distance of Hampshire's first innings total. The deficit was down to 28 when they reached lunch. Could they play their way to parity after the break? Stephen Croft and Tom Bailey certainly were looking like they could get there, taking the score to within 12 of the first innings total. But that's where Croft fell, a fourth for Abbas when he skied a catch to Dawson, out for a match top score of 40. With another Bailey boundary, they moved to just 2 behind Hampshire. Abbas made sure that his side would start their second innings with a lead, albeit a small one. No more added when Bailey chipped one to Ian Holland at mid-wicket. Abbas finished with figures of 5 for 48. Just like in Hampshire's innings, Lancashire had to rely on some lower and middle order partnerships to drag them out of trouble. They'd been staring down the barrel at 7 for 47, but Wood, Croft and Bailey had done a decent job in this tight and tense affair. No matter the badge on the front of the whites, bowlers remained on top, and without a score on the board, Holland had to go. Out 3 balls into the innings to Bailey. Hampshire's first innings hero Mason Crane had been sent into open, but the experiment lasted just 4 balls. Tom Bailey's delivery too good for him, bowled for naught. Allsop would fall with the score just about up to double figures. Caught behind, fiddling at one from Bailey. They were up to 24 when Gubbins was bowled by Balderson for 6. That's when the captain James Vince strode out to join Joe Weatherly and ushered in a change in fortunes. The pair now starting to resist with much more effect, and Lancashire's rollicking start was brought to an end. The skipper looked to be salvaging it for Hampshire just when their hosts had them where they wanted them, but there was a long way to go until they were secure. It was a valuable partnership, worth 50 runs before the break, the score now up into the 70s. Bailey finally separated them. Weatherly bowled, the ball deflected onto his own stumps. Dawson joined Vince and survived through to tea. The score 84, the lead 86, and Hampshire looked to have found their feet. Vince looked in great nick on his return to the middle. Wood punished, the slips avoided, and in the evening sun, Hampshire had started to look comfortable. Dawson too found the ropes, this one off Blatherwick whipped through the offside to take the visitors to 3 figures. Parkinson came into the attack, but his first delivery was overpitched, and Vince capitalised. A trademark drive sent to the ropes, and the skipper had 50 runs off 67 balls. He played a real blinder. His side were now favourites for the win, crucial to their title hopes. He'd soon shared consecutive 50-run partnerships. Dawson took them to the mark with a single off Balderson. He too deserved credit for an impressive cameo so far. They found their way past 150. This pairing had really knocked the stuffing out of Lancashire, the locals starting to make their way to the exit before the close of play. But there was hope before then. Vince out LBW for 69 as the umpire answered Parkinson's desperate plea. And more. Bailey sent Dawson's off-stump cartwheeling. A dramatic end to the day left the Lancashire bowler with 5 for 19. Hampshire finished on 158 for 7. They were 160 in front. They are probably still slight favourites heading into day 3 in Aigburth, but the pitch looks to be behaving itself a little more now, and the motivation of a potential title could be enough for Lancashire to chase down whatever is set for them. The late wickets were a real confidence booster, but they'll need more early tomorrow morning.